most amazing artist, and welcome back to a brand new project. I'm really excited about this project because it has everything to do with the rainbow. Now, before we get started, I am going to go over the materials you will need to be successful for this project. Okay, so in front of me here, I have a piece of just regular chipboard. It looks like this one was a dog treat box. So you can use like a cereal box, a macaroni and cheese box, whatever kind of box you have. Now, if you don't have a box that you can use, then you can actually just use a regular piece of paper, okay? And as you can see, I've just taken my pencil and I've drawn a tiny arch, and then I drew a bigger arch to make a rainbow shape. Like I said, this project has everything to do with the rainbow. So whether you're using chipboard like me or a regular piece of paper, you're going to need to use a pencil and draw your rainbow shape. Now, I went all the way to the edge for my rainbow because I didn't want it to be very teeny tiny, because we are going to be taking all this paper, well, not all of it, but we're going to use this paper to collage onto, and we want to have enough room. If your rainbow is too teeny tiny, then we might not be able to fit all the colors on there. Okay, so I tried to make mine as big as my piece of chipboard here. You're also going to need paper, and I have every color of the rainbow here. I have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, and I even have pink because I just love pink. So if you want to throw pink into your rainbow, then you can totally do that, my friends, okay? I have just plain paper, and then I also have this pretty cool paper that has designs on it. If you don't have paper like this, then you can actually make it yourself. You can just take regular white paper and draw your own designs in whatever color you want to. Okay, so I have red pieces of this design paper. I have the whole rainbow, okay? And I have quite a lot here. I even have like 2 different kinds of purple. I have a lighter purple, I have a darker purple. So I want to have a lot of variety and a lot of choices in my paper so that my rainbow can be as interesting as possible. I want different patterns like on these papers, and I want different shapes, which we'll talk about in just a minute, okay? So along with that, you're also going to need some glue, and I just have a little glue brush here. This is just a random paintbrush that I don't care too much about because it's going to get sticky with glue. So if you have an old paintbrush lying around, you can use that. And this is just regular white glue in a little cup. If you don't have this glue set up, then my friends, you can use a glue stick. You can use a glue bottle. If you don't have any glue at all, then you can just use tape. Okay, but this is a collage, and that means we're going to be cutting and gluing. All right, I also have a pencil here because I want to write my name in the middle of this arch. So right under my tiny arch of my rainbow, I'm gonna write my name, Miss M. And when you get to your tables, you are going to do the same thing because we don't want to get our rainbows confused. Okay, so now that we know, oh, wait, I almost forgot one thing. We're also going to be using a pair of scissors today, okay? So we're going to be practicing our amazing scissor safety, okay? Now that we know what we're going to use, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I need to start with the first color of the rainbow. Does anyone remember what the first color of the rainbow is? Think about Roy G. Biv. Roy starts with R. R for red. Right, so red is the first color of the rainbow. Okay, so I found some red paper that has some cool patterns on it, and I also have just plain red. You can use both. You could use just the pattern paper, or you could just use the regular plain paper. That's totally up to you. Now we get to start cutting, okay? So I think I'm gonna start with this really cool pattern paper, and I'm gonna take my scissors. Now we need to start practicing holding our scissors, okay? So that we can be as safe as possible. So here are my scissors. There's a big opening and a tiny opening, okay? In the tiny opening, my thumb will go. All right, and the bigger opening, my fingers will go. You might be able to fit all of your fingers in there or just a few like me. My pinky just kind of hangs out by itself out here. Okay, so here is how you hold your scissors. And as you are practicing holding your scissors, I want you to practice keeping your thumb on top. Okay, our thumb should not be on the bottom like this. First of all, this hurts my arm a lot when I do this. It's not the way you hold scissors, my friends. It's very dangerous if you're cutting like this. Make sure your thumb is on top. Okay, so once you got that down, we're ready to start cutting. Okay, and we always cut away from ourselves. We always cut away from ourselves. We never cut towards ourselves because that could be very dangerous, my friends. So cut away from yourself. So my hand, that's not holding my scissors. I like to call this hand my lazy hand. He's gonna hold the paper, okay? And he is gonna tell my scissors where to cut. So if I wanna do a round shape, my hand here, my lazy hand is holding the paper and it is rotating my paper around, and my scissors are only opening and closing, opening and closing. My scissors are not going around, okay? My scissors are staying in the same place. So I'm gonna start cutting out some different shapes, making sure I'm using the best scissor safety. And look right there, I just cut out a beautiful rainbow shape. You can totally do that shape if you want to. You can do any shape you want to. Okay, you can do triangles, you can do squares, you could do a circle if you want to try to do a circle. Whatever you want to do, my friend. I'm just going to cut out some shapes here and then I'll be right back. All right, I think I'm done with my pattern paper and I want to try to use just the plain paper. And we're gonna cut this the same exact way that we cut our pattern paper, okay? We're gonna keep our scissors in the safe place, making sure our thumb is on top, not on the bottom like this. Keep your thumb on top. Your lazy hand is gonna hold your paper and show your scissors where to cut. My scissors are staying in the same place, all right, because I want to be as safe as possible. So I just cut out kind of a circle shape, and I want to show you guys something really quick. Look at this circle. Okay, if I was going to use this circle, do you think that would be a very good idea? Look at all my other shapes. What's different about these shapes and this one that I just cut out, besides the fact that this is pattern paper? What do you think? Well, this shape is a lot bigger than these shapes, isn't it? It's way too big. We need to make sure our shapes are almost the same size, okay? If it's too big, then we're not gonna have enough room for the rest of our rainbow. We're not gonna have enough room for the rest of our colors, okay? So make sure you're not making your shapes too big, all right? If you do make a shape too big, then you can just take your scissors using your best scissor safety and start cutting a smaller shape, okay? That's still a little bit too big, so I'm gonna make it a little smaller. And that should be pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna finish cutting out all my red shapes and I'm gonna show you how to glue them down. So I'll be right back and then we'll start gluing. All right, I think I'm ready to glue. All right, you know that you are ready to glue when you have enough shapes going all the way around the top of your rainbow, okay? So I'm gonna push this off to the side a little bit because I'm gonna bring my glue over. I'm gonna take my first little shape, and with this glue, it likes to be very drippy, as you can see, dripping all over the place. So guys, if you are dripping, then you can just tell yourself a little rhyme. Drip, drip, which means our glue brush is dripping, dripping, drip, drip. Wipe it on the lip of your glue cup. See that? It's dripping. Drip, drip. Wipe it on the lip of your glue cup. Not your lips, my friends. The lip of your glue cup, which is this top part of the glue cup. All All right, drip, drip, wipe it on the lip. And also we need to remember dot, dot, not a lot, because we do not need a lot of glue. All right, so if you get too much glue, drip, drip, wipe it on the lip, and we are ready to go. So we're just gonna paint a little bit of glue on there. We don't need a lot of glue. If we use too much glue, then it's gonna get really, really messy, okay? And then I'm gonna press it down. Now I'm gonna grab my next shape, drip, drip, wipe it on the lip, and then I'm gonna paint it on my shape. But we don't need a lot of glue, do we? Because then it's gonna get very messy, okay? Take my next shape, drip, drip, wipe it on the lip of my glue cup, and paint just a little bit onto my shape. Dot, dot, not a lot, because we do not need a lot of glue. All right, let's do it together one more time. Take my shape, and I'm gonna flip it over to the back because I don't want to glue it down and then the white side is up, because this is my red part of my rainbow, not white. So we're gonna put the glue on the white side. All right, get some glue, drip, drip, wipe it on the lip of the glue cup, and then paint a little bit of glue on your shape. Do we need a lot of glue? No, we don't. We do not need a lot of glue. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and glue the rest of my shapes down, and I'll be right back to show you how to do our next color. All right, friends, I think I am done gluing the red part of my rainbow down, and I know all of my shapes are stuck down nice and tight because we are going to test it. And we are going to do that with the wiggle test, and this is what the wiggle test looks like. You're gonna take your rainbow and you're gonna flip it over. And then you're gonna go like this, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Not too hard, because we don't want it to accidentally fall on the ground or get ruined or anything like that, okay? So just wiggle it just a little bit. Did any of your shapes fall off? Nope, looks like mine all stayed on, so we're good to go. We're ready to move on to the next color of the rainbow. Do you remember the next color of the rainbow? What comes after red? If you said orange, give yourself a pat on the back, my friends. Good job. Orange comes after red. Very good. So we're gonna do the same exact thing as we did with our red row. We're gonna take the orange paper. You can use just regular plain paper, or you can use a pattern piece of paper that is orange, okay? Can I use this pattern paper? Why not? Oh, that pattern paper is green, so we can't use it because we are looking for orange, right? What about this one? Yeah, we can use this one because it's mostly orange. There's a little bit of yellow in there, but that's okay. We can still use it, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead, use my best scissor safety, making sure my thumb is on top, and I'm always cutting away from myself to cut out the shapes for my next row. Okay, remember, we don't want to make them too big because then we won't have enough space for the rest of our colors. Okay, and try to make your shapes almost the same size. We don't want one really big and one teeny tiny. And after I get done cutting out all of my shapes for my orange, I will come right back and show you how to glue them down. All right, friends, I just finished cutting out all of my orange shapes, and as you can see, they are pretty small and they're all the same size, and I mixed up what kinds of shapes I wanted to use. It doesn't really matter what kinds of shapes you use. You can use whatever shapes that you'd like to. Okay, so now we are going to glue it down. Remember this glue cup? If it starts dripping, then you can drip, drip, and wipe it on the lip of your cup. And we want to do that so it doesn't get everywhere. We don't want glue dripping all over the place. And we also don't need a lot of glue. So if you look, this is way too much glue. It's dripping everywhere. Remember, dot, dot, not a lot, because we do not need a lot of glue. Drip, drip, wipe it on the lip. All right, so now I'm going to take my first shape and I'm going to flip it over and just paint a little glue, not a lot, on the back. Okay, and I'm gluing my orange shapes pretty close to my red shapes, okay? You don't want to glue your orange all the way over here. We want our orange to be right next to our red, okay? So take your next shape, drip, drip, wipe it on the lip because we don't need a lot. Dot, dot, not a lot. Okay, next shape, remember to glue it pretty close to your last color. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish gluing all of my orange pieces, making sure that I'm gluing them pretty close to my red pieces. All right, and then I'll be right back to tell you what I will do next. All right, friends, I just finished gluing all of my orange shapes, making sure to stay pretty close to the red shape. Do you remember what to do after you glue down all of your shapes to make sure that they are stuck nice and tight? We need to do the wiggle test. So I'm gonna take my rainbow and I'm gonna flip it over and wiggle it gently. And if none of the shapes fall off, then we are good to go. All right, did any of mine fall off? Nope, so I am good to go. All right, guys, I'm gonna do this for every single color of the rainbow. So we have red, orange. Which color comes next? Which color comes after orange in the rainbow? Yellow, very good. So we have red, orange, yellow, then what? Green, blue, purple. Very good. And after purple, if you still have some room at the bottom of your rainbow, you can add some pink to your rainbow. Okay? So I'm gonna cut out all my shapes for yellow because that's what's up next. And then I'm gonna glue it down. I'm gonna do the same for green, blue, purple, and if I have space, I will add pink. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna speed it up. You guys can watch it sped up so you can see the process. And I will be right back to show you what mine looks like. So I just finished my entire rainbow. I have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and I even had enough room to add some pink in there. And you can definitely do that too. This is all we're going to do today. Next week, we are going to add some more details to our rainbow to make it just that much more special, and you'll see what that is next time. All right, I hope you guys have a lot of fun creating this beautiful rainbow collage. I can't wait to see how yours turn out. I know they're going to be amazing because you guys are amazing. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.